Ever wondered what separates the good from the great? Well, it's not merely about being naturally gifted or born with a silver spoon. It's about something far more profound. It's about mastery. Mastery, as defined by many, is the highest level of proficiency one can achieve in a particular field or skill. However, it's not just about reaching the pinnacle of one's expertise. It transcends the realm of the ordinary. And it's more about the journey than the destination. It's about the relentless pursuit of excellence, the undying curiosity, the insatiable hunger for knowledge, and the unwavering dedication to one's craft. Now, you might be wondering, is mastery reserved only for the chosen few? The answer is a resounding no. Mastery is not exclusive. It's not about being born with a certain set of skills or talents. Rather, it's a process. A journey that anyone with a thirst for knowledge and the will to persevere can embark on. One such explorer of this concept of mastery is Robert Greene, the author of the book Mastery. Greene dives deep into the lives and works of historical figures, from Leonardo da Vinci to Charles Darwin, from Mozart to Einstein, peeling back the layers of their lives to reveal the path they took towards achieving mastery. In his exploration, Greene discovers that these masters, despite their diverse fields and eras, all followed a similar pattern. They all began as apprentices, learning from masters before them. They all went through an active phase, experimenting, failing, and learning. And finally, they all reached the mastery phase, where their unique voice and vision emerged, leading to groundbreaking discoveries, masterpieces, and innovations. So how do you embark on this journey towards mastery? How do you transform yourself from a novice to a master? How do you make the leap from good to great? These are the questions that we'll be exploring in this video series, drawing insights and lessons from Greene's mastery. So let's delve into the lessons from the book. Every journey starts with a single step, and in the pursuit of mastery, that step is apprenticeship. In Robert Greene's esteemed book, Mastery, he underscores the pivotal role that the apprenticeship phase plays in the journey towards mastery. It's not just about dipping your toes in the water, but rather it's about diving headfirst into the deep end of your chosen field and immersing yourself entirely. Imagine yourself as a sponge. In this phase, your primary goal is to absorb as much knowledge as you possibly can. It's about learning the ropes, observing, and internalizing the skills, methods, and techniques that are integral to your field. You're not just learning to do a job, you're learning to understand it, to breathe it, and to live it. Consider, for instance, the example of Charles Darwin as shared by Greene. Darwin, during his apprenticeship phase, wasn't merely observing species. He was living amongst them, understanding their habits, their behaviors, their environments. He was not just a spectator, he was a participant. He was a part of the world he was studying, and it's this immersion that laid the groundwork for his later theories and his eventual mastery in the field of biology. Or let's take the case of the legendary Leonardo da Vinci. His apprenticeship under the renowned artist Verrocchio wasn't just about learning to paint. It was about understanding the science of art, the nuances of light and shadow, the secrets of anatomy, and the rules of perspective. It was this in-depth, all-encompassing learning that later allowed him to create masterpieces like The Last Supper and Mona Lisa. These examples underscore the power and the significance of the apprenticeship phase. It's not just an optional step on the road to mastery, it's a necessary one. It's the foundation upon which the entire edifice of mastery is built. But remember, this is just the first step. The apprenticeship phase is about learning, yes, but it's also about preparing. It's about readying yourself for the challenges and the trials that lie ahead. Apprenticeship is just the beginning. Next comes the real challenge. With knowledge comes power, but how do you wield it, you might ask? Well, the answer lies in the active phase. This is the second key lesson from Robert Greene's book, Mastery. It's about putting into practice what you've learned, daring to experiment, and learning from the inevitable blunders along the way. Imagine a potter at her wheel. With each rotation, she morphs the clay, applying pressure, adjusting her touch. That's the essence of the active phase. It's hands-on, it's dynamic, it's about refining your craft through action. Greene shares numerous examples in his book to illustrate this phase. Take the story of Thomas Edison, for instance. We all know him as the man who invented the light bulb. But what we often forget is the countless trials and errors that led to his breakthrough. Edison didn't just wake up one day with the perfect formula. He experimented with over 1,000 different materials before finding the right one for the filament. His journey was a series of failures, each one leading him closer to his ultimate success. Now you might be thinking, well, but I'm not an inventor. How does this apply to me? Well, the beauty of the active phase is that it's universal. It doesn't matter if you're a chef trying out new recipes, a writer wrestling with plot twists, or a software engineer debugging code. The process is the same. You apply what you've learned, you experiment, you make mistakes, and then you learn from those mistakes. It's an iterative process that pushes you towards mastery. But remember, the active phase isn't about aimless experimentation. It's about deliberate practice. It's not enough to merely do. You must reflect, analyze, and adjust. You have to be mindful of your actions, conscious of your mistakes, and willing to make the necessary changes. As we wrap up this segment, let's not forget the crucial role of the active phase in our journey towards mastery. It's in this phase that we truly begin to understand our craft, to see the patterns, to grasp the nuances. It's where we start to develop our unique style, our signature touch. Once you've honed your skills, it's time to make your mark. You've learned, you've practiced, but how do you become a master? We've now arrived at the final phase of our journey, the mastery phase. This is where the magic happens. This is where you transcend from being proficient to becoming a true master. But what does this entail? The mastery phase, as Robert Greene delineates in his book, is about creating and innovating. It's the stage where you harness the skills and knowledge you've acquired to contribute something unique to your chosen field. You're no longer just a participant, you become an influencer, a game changer. Think about the great minds throughout history. Albert Einstein, Marie Curie, or Pablo Picasso didn't achieve their status by merely learning and practicing. They reached the pinnacle of their fields by creating and innovating, by bringing something new and extraordinary to the world. Be it the theory of relativity, the discovery of radium, or the birth of cubism. Greene tells us that this phase is not about being the best in the world, but about being the best for the world. It's about using your mastery to impact and shape your field in a way that only you can. It's about leaving your unique imprint on the world. But remember, this phase is not a one-time event. It's not a finish line you cross and then stop. It's a continuous, lifelong process. A true master never stops learning, never stops growing, never stops pushing the boundaries of what's possible. So, how do you become a master? You learn, you practice, you create, you innovate, you contribute, and then you do it all over again. You embrace the journey with all its twists and turns, with all its challenges and triumphs. You commit to a life of ceaseless exploration and relentless pursuit of excellence. Mastery is not a destination, but a journey of continuous learning. So, what does it take to achieve mastery? The answer lies in the journey we've unfolded today, a journey inspired by Robert Greene's insightful book, Mastery. Let's recap the salient points we've discussed. We began our exploration with the importance of the apprenticeship phase. This is where the foundation is laid. It's about immersing oneself in the chosen field, absorbing as much knowledge as possible. It's about learning from the successes and failures of others, and most importantly, it's about humility and patience. Remember, Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither is mastery. From there, we moved into the active phase where the knowledge gained during the apprenticeship is put to use. This is where you start to carve your own path, where you experiment, make mistakes, learn, and grow. It's a phase of trial and error, of victories and setbacks. It's the phase where you start to see your own potential and begin to shape your own unique style or approach. Finally, we delved into the mastery phase. This is the culmination of all your hard work, dedication, and continuous learning. It's where you become the master of your craft, where your unique style shines through, and where you make significant contributions to your field. It's a phase of profound understanding and creativity. Remember, mastery is not about inherent talent. Yes, talent can give you a head start, but it's not the deciding factor. Mastery is about dedication, hard work, and continuous learning. It's about persistence in the face of challenges, about curiosity and the constant pursuit of knowledge. It's about not just learning, but applying and innovating. In essence, mastery is a journey, not a destination. It's a journey filled with challenges, setbacks, victories, and revelations. It's a journey of constant learning, growth, and transformation. The path to mastery is not easy, but as Robert Greene shows us, it's a journey worth embarking on. Remember, mastery is a journey of becoming. So keep learning, keep growing, keep striving, for that is the true essence of mastery.